Hi, this is going to be a video describing how to connect an Android phone to a Windows PC using WebDav Server so that you can use utility programs like TeraCopy and WinMerge that require your phone to be connected with a drive letter, the usual Windows mode. The first thing to do is on your phone, go to the Android Play Store, and that's what's on the screen right now is the Play Store, and you're going to do a search for WebDav Server, which I already have as a recent here because it's already installed. So you're going to click on WebDav Server, and you'll see it here now at the top of the list, WebDav Server by the olive tree. Go ahead and click on that. And I've already installed it, so it says uninstall or open. If you've not already installed this, the button that says open on your video screen right now will say install. Go ahead and install it. Once you've installed it, the button will change to open as it's shown here, and go ahead and open it. Once you've installed and opened WebDav Server, you will see a screen that looks like this. This is the main WebDav screen. The first thing that needs to be done, don't push the button to start the server just yet. There are a couple of settings that have to be checked. Look in the upper right-hand corner of the app, and you'll see a little tool that looks like a crescent wrench. You go ahead and tap on that, and that is all the settings here. We'll look at the settings from the top down. The first setting, network interface, go ahead and tap on that, and you'll see 5 choices. It may or may not default to Wi-Fi. If it's not, then set it to Wi-Fi. That is the interface that works most effectively for this app. So you need to have your phone connected to the same router that your desktop computer is on, wherever it is that you're running Windows, whether it's a desktop or a laptop. The phone and the PC computer need to be connected to the same router. Now, your desktop machine can be connected via an Ethernet cable or Wi-Fi. Either one is okay, but the phone needs to be connected by Wi-Fi. So go ahead and select Wi-Fi if it isn't already, and then you can go back to the settings screen. The next setting, which is called port, go ahead and tap on that, should default to port 8080. Just leave it at that. Go ahead and click OK, or change it to 8080 if you need to. All right. The next couple screens down are use password. If you're doing this on a local computer at home and not on a public service, you probably don't need to use passwords, so just leave those switched off. The next menu down is Home Directory, and of the 5 choices you see here, the one at the top, which says root parentheses / is the one you want. The other 4 choices all seem to have problems, especially custom folder is broken. That one doesn't work at all, but this app does work when you set the home directory to root. So go ahead and set it to that if it isn't already, and then go back to the main screen. All the options below home directory, you don't need to mess with any of these. The lock mode, the high priority service, just leave all of those on the default. When you're done, you can hit your back button at the bottom of the screen and go back to the main menu and go ahead and press the button to start the WebDav server. Now, you need to have the phone connected to the Wi-Fi when you do this, or you're going to get an error message. My phone is in fact connected to Wi-Fi, so it's ready to start. Press the button to start the server, you'll see that button turn green and a couple of new things pop up on the screen where it says WebDav Server available on. You want to copy that HTTP address to a piece of paper because you're going to need it in the next step. Copy it exactly like it's written here. http://192.168.0.7:8080. If you input this address in the next step on the PC with anything not exactly the same, the whole process won't work. And then the next thing down that says home directory, password disabled, that's where you want to be, is in the home directory, so you don't have to do anything with this. All right, there's one more operation that we have to do on the cell phone, and that is to determine the actual storage names, or storage addresses if you prefer, of the two storage locations that we're going to try to link to the PC. Now, the app that we're looking at right now is ES File Explorer, and as you can see, there are two storage locations on this phone, the internal storage and the microSD card. Looking at the top of the screen, you can see them. So the first thing we're going to do is tap on internal storage and look up at the top of the screen, just below the blue bar where it says local, and you're going to see a right caret and then the word storage, and then another right caret emulated, another right caret, and the number 0. This is very important. Make a note of that on a piece of paper because you're going to need it later. Now, scroll the screen back to the right so that you get to the original menu screen, the main menu. Now click on SD card and look at that same line again, and you now see something different. You're going to see the word storage, and then, in my case, on my phone, 6238-3362. This is some kind of serial number that my microSD card has associated with it. I'm assuming that everybody else's cell phone that has an SD card in it, that number is probably something different, or it might even be a name instead of a number. But anyway, again, take a note of this on a piece of paper. You're going to need it in the next step. So it's root, and then right caret storage, right caret, and then whatever the name of your SD card is. All right, you've got that written down on a piece of paper. We're now finished with the cell phone. Okay, we're finished with the cell phone, so move over to your PC. All right, we're now moved to our PC, and we're now going to go through the steps to actually link your cell phone to your PC using WebDav Server. So you're going to want a Windows File Explorer up here, and in the file tree, you're going to want to be working with this PC. Now, everybody's computer has a different setup for File Explorer. Some people have all kinds of libraries and other stuff over here on the file tree. I've gotten rid of all that. All I want to see is this stuff. I don't want any of that other extraneous Windows trash. So just find in the file tree the section that looks like this. You can ignore library and all the rest of it. Just concentrate on this. Now, where you see this PC, take a note of that in your file tree so you can get back to it later. Now, up here in the main address bar, you're going to type the web address that you copied down from WebDav on your phone a few minutes ago, and that is the http://192.168.0.7:8080. All right, and double check that this all looks good before you commit it. http://192.168.0.7:8080. All right, that looks good. Press enter. Now you'll see that the computer has set up on the workgroup network the address that you just typed in. What this means is that your PC, your Windows, is now listening over the network to that internet address. All right, we now go back down to the file tree to this PC. You're going to right click and then click on Map Network Drive. Now take a note over here in the file tree of which drive letters are in use. You're going to be picking 2 drive letters that are not already in use. In my case, I'm going to use Q for one of the drives and R for the other. And as we get to that point, you'll see which is which. So you're going to set the drive to Q, and for the folder, once again, you're going to type the address that you typed in before, http:// and if you've copied and pasted this, that would work good too. 192.168.0.8080, and then now we're going to add a little bit to this. Following the main address, you're going to put in the specific addresses that lead to the internal and external storage. So we're going to use drive letter Q for the internal storage. So you're now going to type storage, and then another slash, and then emulated, and then another slash, and then 0 slash. And you can use for instance, you can use this reconnect at sign-on if you wanted to, but if this session of uploading to your phone is not going to be repeated later, then you probably don't want to have that clicked. So double check what you typed and make sure it all looks good, and then click Finish. Now, look over at your file tree, and a minor miracle has been accomplished. You now have the root level of your cell phone attached to your Windows PC as drive letter Q. Oh wait, screen's a little bit off here. Let's move that back over. Okay. You now have the root level of your cell phone's internal storage attached to your Windows PC as drive letter Q. And here are all of the folders that are on my cell phone. Since this is a brand new cell phone, there's not a whole lot in here yet. I don't believe there's actually even very much on here, but let's have a quick look. So if we go to Android and media, there, see, there's there's nothing actually there yet. DCIM. Oh, all right. Here is a text file that I had transferred earlier today. back and forth between my phone and my PC. So okay, we're actually looking at the internal storage of our cell phone over Windows PC. You can double click on this, and amazingly, I can actually open this text file in TextPad, and I can add some stuff to it, and then do a file save, and then we will exit, and now open this text file again, and the stuff that we just added actually did get added to the text file on the cell phone. This amazes me. I had not believed that this would be possible. Okay, so you now have a link to the internal storage of your cell phone on Drive Q. Now we're going to do almost the same thing for the external SD card. Go back up here to this PC, right-click, map a network drive. Now change the drive letter to R, and the folder is once again going to be HTTP 192.168 dot 0.7 8080, another slash. Again, this line up here is the very root level of your cell phone. Underneath that root level is where the two storage locations are. So we're now going to add the storage location for the microSD card. Oh, misspelled that. Storage / 6238.3362. So once again, let me remind you that that number there, that 6238.3362, that's going to be something different on your cell phone. Every SD card, every cell phone, that number is probably going to be different. It would be amazing if anybody else was the same. So type that out, check it, make sure it looks good, and click Finish. And look over here, and let me get this back where it goes. Okay, and as you can see, we now have both Q and R, and under R, you are now seeing all of the user directories that are on my cell phone on the micro SD card. For instance, I can go over here to ebooks, and I got a whole lot of ebooks on the phone. I got a whole bunch of MP3 files are already on the phone. So what you can do with this, and this is what the whole purpose of this exercise is since you've got this drive mapped under a drive letter, you can use Windows utilities like TeraCopy or WinMerge that use CRC error checking to make sure that when you do a copy between your Windows PC and your cell phone, that the destination file gets checked for transcription errors. One of the big problems with the MTP protocol that's on later versions of Android from 4.4 on, I've found that it's very unstable and unreliable, and on larger file transfers, say 50 megabytes or bigger, it tends to corrupt files. You transfer a video and you go to watch the video and it's all messed up. The file's broken in effect. when you use TeraCopy or WinMerge, and you can use CRC redundancy checking, I'll briefly show you what that looks like. Let's find a file here. Any file will do. Okay, here's a JPEG file. I can right-click on that and do TeraCopy, and here's the main TeraCopy screen, and you can browse for a folder. We'll just stick it up here in temporary storage, say on the E drive. And the actual copy happened on my left-hand screen, so you didn't see it. But let me pull up the actual TeraCopy program so you can see the point that I'm trying to make here. Here's TeraCopy's main screen, and you see this option I'm on, Run Test when transfer is complete. When you've got that option turned on, TeraCopy does a CRC checksum for every file. I don't believe there are any here, but let me drop something in here. And let's see if I can make it calculate. If I can make it calculate the source CRC. Well, take my word for it. I don't. Oh, wait a minute. Verify. Ah, there we go. That's how we do it. You see here that it's calculated this CRC checksum D76D7A92. If I were to then copy this file, which would be, again, coming from my cell phone, because that's the directory we're in, to some folder elsewhere on my Windows PC, TeraCopy would calculate the checksum of the target file, the destination file, and if they didn't match, that would mean that a corruption had happened during the transfer, and TeraCopy would warn me that the destination file was corrupt, and then I could take whatever action was appropriate. Usually that would simply be recopying the file a second time, and usually on a second attempt it'll come out fine, no problem. Alright, thank you for watching through this with me, and I hope somebody out there finds this useful. WebDav is, at this point in 2022, WebDav is abandonware. It's not been updated in nearly 7 or 8 years, and I really wasn't sure if I could even get it to work on Android 12, because at the time it was written, Android was on like version 7, but it does actually work if you use that root directory instead of one of the other 4 choices. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you very much, and happy computing. And let's see, I can close this. And have a good day, all you fine people. Goodbye.